You're watching Today. Great to have your company. Prince Harry has arrived in the UK on the eve of the first anniversary of the Queen's death.
I know exactly 1 year on that she is looking down on all of us tonight. Happy we're together, continuing to spotlight such an incredible community.
We are joined now by the Associate Editor of the Daily Mirror, Russell Myers in London. Good morning to you, Rusty. A nice tribute to his grandmother.
Yeah, morning, guys. I mean, listen, whenever Harry's on our shores or even sort of shooting barbs from across the water, it ends up making headlines. But a great cause tonight at the WellChild Awards, speaking about and honouring children with life-limiting illnesses. And a special thought for his grandmother, because he couldn't attend the awards of which he is patron last year because the Queen had passed away. And he said she was looking down on all of us and that she would be sort of spurring all the children on to achieve great feats, and a really special moment, I think, tonight.
Is he going to be meeting up with his family at all, and in any kind of official capacity, the King?
Well, listen, official or non-official, Carly, he certainly won't be meeting up with them. It's a very fleeting trip over in the capital. He's here for less than a couple of days, I understand. He's going to be going on to Germany, where the Invictus Games are. The King is up in Scotland in Balmoral. William and Kate are in Windsor, and they're going to be going to Wales tomorrow. So there's no space in the diary. But even if there was, I don't think that they would be meeting up. I mean, relations are still pretty terrible at the moment.
So you mentioned there Will and Kate heading to Wales for that memorial service. What sort of occasion will it be?
Well, again, one of sort of somberness but togetherness, and this is it's a public service. They're going to be in St David's, which is the UK's smallest city, a beautiful, picturesque place on the west coast of Wales. And again, I think William is going to be making a tribute to the life and legacy of his grandmother, talking about how she brought communities all across the UK together. And can you believe it? I mean, 1 year on. It seems like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, I can't believe it's a year. Good on you, Rusty. Lovely to see you, man. It says. Passing triggered an outpouring of grief, the likes of which we'd never seen before and will likely never see again. It also marked a turning point for the royal family as Charles was crowned king.
Good evening. We have breaking news tonight, and Buckingham Palace has issued a statement on the Queen's health in just the last hour.
The Queen is under medical supervision at Balmoral after doctors became concerned for her health.
Fulfilling her duty until the very end. 2 days earlier, meeting her 15th UK Prime Minister, it would be her last. In her final hours, a flurry of action at Queen Elizabeth's Balmoral estate, her children and grandchildren rushing to be by her side. For some, it would be too late. Our worst fears becoming reality on this day 12 months ago. The sad news this morning that the Queen, the longest serving British monarch, has died aged 96. A veil of sorrow covering the nation, the Commonwealth and the world. A pledge made during her 21st birthday speech.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service.
Never a truer word spoken. The Queen's final journey from her beloved Balmoral to Buckingham Palace, watched by the world. At Westminster Hall, thousands queuing for hours to pay respects in person.
To my darling Mama, as you begin your last great journey to join my dear late Papa, I want simply to say this: thank you.
Charles sharing this message to his mother ahead of the procession from the Abbey to Windsor Castle, her final resting place. King Charles III becoming the head of the Church of England and the Commonwealth. Age 73, the oldest monarch to ever take the British throne.
I shall endeavour to serve you with loyalty, respect and love, as I have throughout my life.
His mother set the most extraordinary example, and I think that it will be a challenge for him, like it is for anybody, to follow that kind of template of excellence.
Born to rule, the king spent decades preparing for this responsibility.
God save the king!
His historic coronation taking place alongside his wife, Queen Camilla.
I think King Charles has really managed to steady the ship. It was always going to be an incredibly difficult job following in his mother's footsteps. But we haven't seen him perhaps as much as we might have expected to. But there's been a huge amount of work going on behind the scenes, and I think in the coming months we're going to see him back on the world stage, and we're going to see some of his first projects as monarch.
While also juggling the many challenges the firm faces.
The Republican discussion is a big one in Australia, in Canada, in other parts of the world where he remains head of state. And that's going to be an issue that's not going away anytime soon.
A royal tour down under likely for King Charles, a journey his mother made 16 times.
I think we'd all like to see a trip to Australia in the next 12 months. I think it's long overdue, and I think it's certainly something the royal family are planning.
Alone on the eve of the first anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's death. 9 Europe correspondent Edward Godfrey has more for us. Edward, good morning to you. The Prince has paid tribute to his late grandmother.
He has, Carl. I'm actually realised how quick the year's gone, but tomorrow is the anniversary of the Queen's passing, and coincidentally, perhaps, Prince Harry is here in London. He's at a charity awards ceremony recognising young people and their carers. It's believed he's travelled here without Meghan, and it's the first time he's been back in 3 months. The last time was for one of his legal fights against the tabloid press, where he took the stand. A short time ago, he took to the stage at this awards ceremony and paid tribute, or talked about his late grandmother. Here's a snippet.
I know exactly 1 year on that she is looking down on all of us tonight. Happy we're together, continuing to spotlight such an incredible community.
It is curious timing, but there's no indication at this stage that Harry will be catching up with the rest of the family. His brother William was also out at a charity event today, but down in Bournemouth, so their paths did not cross. As for tomorrow's anniversary, it's expected to be low-key, a far cry from last September when the crowds took to the streets for the best part of 2 weeks mourning the late monarch. It's been a very busy year for King Charles. The coronation was not all that long ago. We understand that Charles and Camilla will be out of public view tomorrow, and Carl, it will be William and Kate leading tributes to the late Queen.
Good on you. Thank you so much for that.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?